Hi, my name is Tomas Alejandro, and today we'll be talking about the dangers of smoking tobacco. There's a few things we'll be going over today. First, it'll be the risk factors dealing with smoking. We'll be talking about behavior, addiction, sensations, and behavior theories. We'll be talking about evaluations of a person's readiness to quit smoking. We'll be talking about the stages of the change model. And lastly, the impact of a smoke-free environment in the workplace. Smoking and the risk factors. Now, cigarette smoking causes more than 480,000 deaths each year in the United States. This is nearly 1 in 5 deaths each year. Smoking causes more deaths each year than the following causes combined, which are HIV virus, illegal drug use, alcohol use, motor vehicle injuries, and firearm related incidents. Now, more than 10 times as many US citizens have died prematurely from cigarette smoking than have died in all the wars fought in the United States. Smoking causes about 90% or 9 out of 10 of all lung cancer deaths. More women die from lung cancer each year than breast cancer. Smoking causes about 80% of all deaths from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. Cigarette smoking increases risk for death from all causes in men and women. The risk of dying from cigarette smoking has increased over the last 50 years. The estimate shows smoking increases the risk for coronary heart disease, stroke, men developing lung cancer, women developing lung cancer. Smoking causes and diminishes overall health. Smokers are at the greatest risk for diseases that affect the heart and blood vessels. Cardiovascular disease. Smoking causes stroke and coronary heart disease, which are among the leading cause of death in the United States. Addiction, dealing with cigarette smoking. Now, let's define what an addiction is. An addiction is the fact or condition of being dependent to a particular substance, thing, or activity. Addiction is a brain disorder characterized by compulsive engagement in a rewarding stimuli, which develops a addictive behavior that is both rewarding and reinforcing. Addiction develops a dependency, which are developed due to the sensation and compulsive engagement of the particular substance or thing. So the continuation of using this substance, this drug, this cigarettes, creates a dependency. The problem with addictions to drugs can cause withdrawal symptoms, which are it creates a physical dependency and psychological dependency. This reinforcing stimuli increases the probability of repeating this self-same behavior. So whether if you're going through a stressful situation, etc., we use the cigarette as a clutch to where whenever we're going through a particular situation, we use that cigarette. And this behavior is repetitive. Addictions and sensation and behavior theories. Now, a cessation is defined as the process of being brought to an end. So basically, it's one of the steps towards improving yourself and changing that bad habit. Major immediate health benefits of smoking cessation is increasing lifespan. Some of the smoking cessation aids that are used today are nicotine gum, patches, spray, inhalers, and e-cigarettes. An evaluation of a person's readiness to quit smoking. Now, there are different ways, different things that we can do towards, bettering ourselves and changing that bad habit, which is basically very simple. It's changing a bad habit with a good habit. So, exercise, diet planning are great ways or great things you can use to make a change and better yourselves and increase your lifespan. Stages of the change model. The first stage is pre-contemplation. The pre-contemplation stage is basically defined as the stage where people don't acknowledge their change or that current bad habit and do not feel that it is a problem. They may be defensive in the face of other people's effort to pressure them to quit. They do not focus their attention on quitting and tend not to discuss their bad habit with others. This stage is called denial. Stage 2 is contemplation. In the contemplation stage, people are more aware of the personal consequences of their bad habit, and they spend time thinking about their problem. Although they are able to consider the possibility of changing, they tend not to want to go about that change. In this stage, people are on a teeter-totter, weighing the pros and the cons of quitting or modifying their behavior. In the preparation determination stage, this stage, people have made a commitment to make a change. They're motivated. Their motivation for changing is reflected by the statements such as, I've got to do something about this. This is serious. Something has to change. What can I do? Knowledge is power. The more we educate ourselves on the effects of smoking, it can help trigger this stage 3, which is preparation determination. This sort of research phase, people are now taking small steps towards cessation. They are trying to gather information, sometimes by reading things like this, and about what they will need to do to change their behavior. Stage 4, action. This stage is where people believe they have the ability to change their behavior and are actively involved in taking the steps to change their bad behavior by using a variety of different techniques. Stage 5, maintenance. Maintenance involves being able to successfully avoid any temptations to return to that bad habit. Again, that stimuli can trigger a repetitive of that behavior. The goal of the maintenance stage is to maintain the new status quo. People in this stage tend to remind themselves of how much progress they have made. Termination explains itself. Termination is basically that person is prepared to get rid of that habit and is fully persuaded and motivated to make that change. The impact of smoking, of a smoke-free environment in the workplace. Some benefits include finances, overall employee health, performance, morale, and facility maintenance. Now, I've learned this firsthand working in the medical field. I've worked with some coworkers who do smoke, and you see they have certain a lot of smokers have bad habits, such as, laziness. They have a tendency to forget a lot. And when they're going through a certain stressful situation, they're always going on a smoke break. This slows down work performance and also affects other people's work, especially knowing that you're dependent on that employee to get the job done. I believe that a smoke-free environment can be very beneficial to a workplace and actually would help employees to understand that, smoking is a bad habit, and it can affect your health greatly.